One of the best things about the internet is that it's created little pockets of community for everyone. No one ever has to feel alone. But one of the worst things about the internet is that it has created little pockets of community for everyone. No one has to feel alone.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace and made possible by viewers like you.
No matter what you believe, no matter who you are, there is a group out there for you, ready and willing to give you a sense that this is totally normal. It's not normal, oftentimes. Having an insulated group of people who all share the same beliefs and opinion, that's fine if you're right about everything. But on the off chance that you're not, it's more like a cult than anything else. And the cult leader is, you guessed it, the algorithm. The big tech platforms, whatever forces are feeding you this idea that everyone in your group is everyone. But if your group is like people who think that they're puppies, okay, furries, all the deviant weird stuff that goes on along with that, okay? Perhaps normalizing that is not good. I too believe I'm a puppy. Well, someone else has the same delusion that I have. That only means one thing. It must be real. Now, instead of this weird thought you once had, I wonder what it'd be like to be a dog. Maybe try some dog food. Bad decision. You've instead let the intrusive thoughts win because people in your group validated your opinion. Social media is designed to keep you coming back. You have to keep that in mind. It's gonna feed you things that it thinks that you want to see. And let me tell you, it does not judge. It does not judge you. No matter what kind of freaky crap that you're into. And this is only gonna get worse, okay? The more people insulate themselves into their own little corners, okay? You know, God bless them, everybody needs their own little corner, but maturity will be further and further stunted. Even groups designed to help you, they're actually doing harm under the current regime. For example, let's use an example we have never once discussed on this channel, not one time. We've never got any hate for this. Let's talk about pornography. Let's say that you're hooked on porn. And this isn't a given anymore, so I have to clarify. And you recognize that it's a bad thing. You're trying to get off of, Josh, I can't say the line. I can't say it. So, you find a community of guys trying to quit watching porn. Great, that's amazing. What could go wrong with that? You're trying, you're doing the right thing. Well, now you're just in an echo chamber of guys stuck in the same pattern of behavior. Sure, maybe some have gotten out and they're trying to help other people, but it's all people who had or have this problem. You know, in some ways that can be helpful, I'm sure, but wouldn't you be better off talking to people not in that community who never fell into that? How did they do it? What are their brains like? I'm not saying that support groups are bad, but I'm just saying that mentality just seems a little odd. But we've trained ourselves to believe that the only people with authority to speak on a matter are those with the specific experience in the struggle. Only people in my group understand me, and they're the only ones who can speak into my life, and other people who don't struggle with that, they don't know my perspective, and they can't help me, even though maybe those are the people that actually could. Like, if I don't struggle with porn addiction, well, what's the use in talking to me? I don't know what it's like, so how could I even help you? But that's like if you and your buddies are stuck in a hole and you're just climbing on top of each other and you're trying to get out. Maybe one got out because he's a little bit stronger than the rest of you. You know, ignoring the people on the surface trying to lower a rope down because they didn't get stuck in the hole in the first place just doesn't make any sense. Not to mention, there is a non-zero chance that your group could be infiltrated by, you guessed it, AI. This is where things legitimately get scary. Josh brought this up on the phone to me the other day, so I'm gonna tell you. I have the receipts. There's a subreddit, I don't know anything about subreddits, okay, but there's a subreddit called r/ just how do you say this?
r/change my view.
That's not how you say it. How do you say it?
r/change my view.
Do people actually say r/?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Idiots. There's a subreddit called r/change my view. You're totally setting me up.
No, that's real.
Oh, jeez. Where people post their controversial opinions, and then, you know, they see if other users can change their views in the comment section. If another poster can make a good enough argument to change the mind of the original poster, that original poster can essentially give them a thumbs up to let the commenter know, hey, you slightly changed my mind on this issue. Okay, you've turned me to the dark side. Pretty good idea, right? It's kind of what all Messy Mondays is about. Get out of your own echo chamber. You know, people are trying to get input from other people to make a decision. What could go wrong? Well, The mods of r/ChangeMyView recently disclosed that researchers at the University of Zurich had infiltrated the subreddit with AI-generated comments. Guess what happened? Well, it turns out that AI might be 3 to 6 times more persuasive than humans. At least, you know, Reddit humans. Are they even human? I don't know. See how they did it. The AI would go through someone's post history, look at their personal attributes, maybe their profile, whatever, and then craft arguments that would work perfectly, specifically for that person. And it worked. People were convinced by computers to change their minds. Maybe not because the arguments were good, but because they were able to hit those emotional points. It's crazy. So literally, even if you're in a group designed to have your mind changed, yeah, you could be being manipulated by a computer. We don't even know if these, have you ever seen the show Catfish on MTV? God knows what would happen if this happened in a group designed to constantly reinforce and validate your opinions. Okay, so that's pretty scary, right? Here's the bright side. If you've ever thought to yourself, you know, what I see online does not seem to reflect what I see in real life. This might actually explain it. What if this is already happening, like not a little bit, but a ton? What if dead internet theory is actually true? What if most of who we interact with online and are annoyed with and are, you know, being divisive are actually just bots? And this is the part of the video where I become a libertarian again. COVID almost knocked it out of me, but we're back. Because here's my worry. If this actually becomes a thing where you can't trust that anyone is real on the internet, then we're going full Jordan Peterson. We're calling for no anonymity online anymore, okay? Everything you say and post online should have your face and ID attached to it. Okay, Jordan Peterson, we know. The trolls, the demon trolls. The demon trolls. And these people want us to have a database of real humans that you could search and find out if someone actually exists, blah, blah, blah. I think that idea scares me because it's actually a pretty good solution to the problems that I'm describing in this video, but I don't want everyone forced to use their real name online. I think anonymity is important for dissent and political freedom. That's literally probably why our country even exists. But if anonymity can now be weaponized, you know, to further manipulate people with the help of AI, you know, then it's not the little Ben Franklin kid anymore doing something with pen. This is like something that's really freaky. Okay, so I don't think that was a little bit of a tangent, I suppose. All I'm saying is if you wanted to keep people fighting with each other instead of you, we've got a really good system set up for that right now. As I said, one of the best and worst things about the internet is that it has created little pockets of community for everyone. No one ever has to feel alone. I don't have to feel alone, except we still do. That's why 1 in 4 young people feels lonely. Because the internet can't actually replace the real thing. It's impossible. No matter how much it validates you or tells you that, no, seriously, this is real. It's not real. None of this is real. Somehow you watching this video isn't even really real, okay? It's a poor imitation of the real thing. Real life is being around a lot of different kinds of people who all see the world in different ways. And yeah, sure, you're naturally gonna create community with like-minded people, but that's different than an algorithm selecting what you see and interact with. This is the weird thing, Josh, okay? A lot of people, they think that people in the 1800s were in like their own little echo chambers in their community and they were all Christians and they all believed. There was probably so much, people had to work together a lot more and rely on each other. Dude, James, who's annoying now in real life, imagine James on the internet, you have to then also work with him and try and survive in this. These people had so much more diversity in thought than we do these days and probably very good interpersonally to try and make things happen. We act like these people were idiots and couldn't do anything, but they were more interpersonally than we are to this day. And that's a fact I just made up, but it's true. Now we just have constant validation just designed to keep me locked in on these relationships or whatever. It's not even a relationship with others half the time. It's a relationship with myself that I'm okay. I'm doing the right thing. I'm normal. If everyone agrees with you all the time and you are not right, then there is no one who can help you. You're just trapped into a confirmation loop. So Josh, we went through all of history in this, and now we're going into the future. What's the future? I don't know. I guess we just have to stop using the internet for a while until we can get this all figured out. I have no answers. I just have concerns. And I'm also concerned I'm agreeing with Jordan Peterson on this issue. Guys, when you have that creative spark, you know it. And your best bet is to act on it quickly. When you want to work on a new project, I promise you, having a website solidifies that project in your mind. It means you're committing to make it happen, and it doesn't even cost that much money. Thankfully, now that commitment is easier than ever because building a site with Squarespace is smooth and seamless. Anyone can do it. We build our sites with Squarespace, and we have a lot of them. And we've been using their services for over a decade now. Maybe you want to sell stuff or display your work or start a blog or a podcast, whatever you want to do, Squarespace can create a site that does one or all of those things. With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build an online presence that perfectly fits their brand or personality. Their AI-enhanced website builder makes an already easy process even more efficient and customized just for you. It'll add nice-looking stuff to your site that you never even thought was possible. Of course, you'll need a domain name, and Squarespace makes that easy too. All the security features that other sites make you pay extra for, darn them, well, they're all included for one low price on Squarespace. You can easily take donations on your website, and you can add videos. Squarespace is a fantastic service that is constantly improving. We cannot recommend them more highly. If you've been thinking about starting a website, I want to encourage you to just do it. Because now, making a website is so easy, and it's fun too. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to our link, squarespace.com/cow, because there, you're gonna get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/cow. That's why people look at me like I'm weird in real life. I'm like, you're not like you are in the videos. What do you, of course, I don't talk like this in real life.
I pause, I breathe.
I breathe. I need air. Jordan, you're shorter than you look. You're shorter than you look.
That's true.
It is
That
true.
is true.
And the barefoot shoes don't help either.
And I'm even shorter.
It's Josh's body language. And I'm even shorter. That was literally what he said.